Hi, this is MrByZ, and today I'm going to take a look at the latest wave of Black Series, which includes things like Mace Windu, Battle Droid, Padme, Han and Mudtrooper outfit, and more. So check it out.
We'll start with Padme here. The facial scan on this is excellent. This is our very first Padme figure, so it's really good to see that. Looks fantastic right out of the box. She does come with her little, I don't know if you want to call it Naboo blaster pistol, but if you want to change it out, they actually gave a separate hand to hold the battle droid gun that we see her using as well as in the arena. She has her little belt here as well as her cape. Not a whole lot of detail. It's mostly white figure as it is, but the details that you need are there. The full articulation that you would expect. So it's a very good looking figure. You can take off her cape. You have to pop her head off to do it. Or maybe not. I pulled pretty hard, didn't pop off. I know I've seen people do it, and I'm sure it can be done. I'm not going to do it today. So, I suspect in the future we're going to see a variation on this as an exclusive somewhere with the torn midriff and battle damage and all that sort of thing, and no cape. The cape is like a pliable plastic. You can see what the back looks like here. She does have the holster, so you can put her Naboo pistol in there. Such a great figure. Been a long time for Padme. I know I really want a Theed Palace Amidala from the beginning of Phantom Menace yet, but really great to have her. Next, we'll look at the battle droid, and I have a confession to make. I actually lost a part to this. You can pull the backpack off, and you can actually put the little just antenna piece like we see on 9 on him, and I lost that little antenna piece. I know it's around here somewhere, but for the time of this review, I looked everywhere where it should be, and I can't find it. This is our first battle droid figure, third Phantom Menace figure, so really good to have. He has lots and lots of articulation. They really went all out for him. It reminds me a lot of the vintage and the fully articulated battle droids we got previously. So not only do we have the ball joint, kind of ball joint up there, it swivels here at the shoulder. We have the elbow joint, and then it swivels just past the elbow as well, and swivels and rocks back on the wrist too, to get all those different joints in there, which is nice. The legs, we have the kind of ball joint here on the hip, just a regular swivel joint at the knee, and more of a ball joint and swivel. I guess it's just a rock and swivel here on the foot, which is really nice. I mean, you don't need ball joints on this. It's a droid. He's not going to do that. You see, it looks really good. They did a nice job on the paint on him. Not overdoing it, not underdoing it. Doesn't look brand new. Looks like he's out on there on Naboo fighting. As you saw, the backpack actually comes off the antenna. And this might be something you don't notice at first, because when you buy the figure, oops, I guess it's just the one. The antenna is in like that, and you can actually pull it back out then. This droid also folds up. I don't know if I can do it all here on camera, but you can pull the head up so that it can come down from when we fold him up. So you can bring the legs in. Let's see how I can do this. I think it's supposed to wrap the arms around, right? Something like this. I know I'm not doing it perfect. There's probably somebody screaming at me, you're doing it all wrong. But this is basic. I'm not going to put his blaster, take his blaster out. The blaster does fit in the little notch here. Doesn't say too well, and then you can have him all folded up. I know that's not perfect, but some of you are going to do a much better job than I do. But you can see how far you can get him to fold all up like that. So you can have the full folded up droid. I won't have mine all folded up, so that's fine. To get the height difference, because those battle droids are pretty tall, here we can look at height difference between Padme and the droid, just so you can have that a little bit. And here we have Holdo, and I know there's controversy about Holdo, but for now, I'm just looking at the action figure here, okay? So really good likeness there of Laura Dern, looks good. She has this little, I don't know what you want to call this. There's probably people who know exactly what, but in her hair back here, I never noticed that before. She has kind of this dress. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the cloth piece that was underneath the outer robe on the vintage Royal Guard. Just the way it's done. You know, it's a little wonky up here in the shoulders, but it looks all right for what she's wearing. She didn't wear a belt or anything. Underneath, oh, she's actually bearing her legs there. Okay, that's great. But, you know, it's just a sculpted female body underneath. She does have her little blaster here. The back of her robes, as we saw, is like flimsy plastic, if you will. Not a whole lot to the figure, especially since most of it's covered up with a cloth. That cloth robe could be better, but not bad. At least it's got a great face sculpt on it. But yeah, that's Holdo. So our next figure is Dryden Voss. This figure we haven't gotten as a 3 3/4 inch figure at all. It's an interesting figure. You know, he's mostly in black. Didn't pay too much attention to his costume in the movie. Give a good look at this head sculpt here. It's very nice. You can see the stripes there, striations, whatever you want to call them. They're kind of, you know, it's hard to tell in the camera here. They almost look reddish, but they're kind of brownish in person. I'll talk about the color change on those in a minute. So he has a very unique, like it's a half cape. So it just goes over one shoulder, and then it tucks in like a jacket on the other side, I guess, or a vest if you want. So it's very easy to take off if you want to, but it also has this little piece right here. I've just kind of tucked in over here. I almost thought, it's really hard to see here, there's a spot like right in there. Just it looked like it might fit into there, but everything I tried to, it wouldn't. I never paid a whole lot of attention to his outfit, so it's kind of cool to see it up close, to see all the pieces that go together with it. His collar almost looks mechanical in some ways rather than cloth. And we've got a belt here with all sorts of things. He's got his little, I don't know what you want to call them, lightsaber blades, something like that. And you see this one's got a little red on it. I'll get to a little bit more on that in a minute. It's a good figure, you know. The costume's fairly simple on him, so not a lot to do there. But one of the cool things about him is he is supposed to have a color-changing face. It's not mentioned on the box, but they told us about it at one of the cons. So I'm actually, as I understand it, if you put him in the freezer, you'll get the color change. So I'm going to go do that and come back. So as you can see here, the marks on his face are now like a blood red, or red. I wanted to make sure we got it before it's fading. And his blades actually get a red end on the blade, kind of like the lightsaber portion on there. So it's kind of a little extra that you get when you put him in there. So you know, that's what he looks like with the color change. You have to put him in cold to get the red and the warm, then he will go, I guess, what you call normal. His face seemed to look more relaxed without the markings. I guess there were slight markings, but in the movie. But you know, it's kind of like our modern Zartan, or if anybody remembers the was it the Comtech Stormtrooper that had the blast mark on it when it went cold? My Death Star display would have, at the right temperature, a bunch of Stormtroopers looked like they were shot, standing there waiting for the Emperor. So that is just a nice little look at Dryden Voss. Next, we're looking at Han Solo as a Mudtrooper. Now, it came with almost everything on him. The only thing wasn't on him was the mask. But I've already taken off the helmet. The helmet is removable. So you can see we've got the nice likeness there. Underneath, the cape was on there. It was removable and everything. It's interesting to take all this off, you know. This is pretty clearly like an AT-ST driver helmet. We kind of already knew that. But to look at the goggles here, it almost reminds me of Kylo Ren in a way. But you can put this all on him. I'll go ahead and do that in a way. Mask on it, you can just set it right in there. It doesn't really attach on his face. It's got a little groove for his nose and everything. So you can just attach that. I was trying to figure out where these hoses go, and it finally hit me. There's these two holes in his backpack right here, and so you go up over the shoulders and those, it looks like. You have everything attached. The hard part is the cape and the hoses from the mask, keeping that together. The cape has grooves as if to attach these latches on the armor, but it really doesn't stay there. But I mean, the details on this figure are very cool. This is what I was looking forward to. I know before the movie came out, I really was looking forward to solo movie stuff. Especially before the movie came out, I was looking forward to the Mudtroopers. I thought they looked really cool. Now, Hasbro said that you can, you know, just kind of get all the gear on, and you just have your average Imperial Mudtrooper then. It doesn't have to be Han Solo anymore. which is pretty cool. You know, if you want to buy more of these and army build your 6-inch Mudtrooper army, you certainly can. It's a very unique look, so it is pretty cool. Very great detail. You can see lots of damage and stuff here on his chest armor and stuff. He looks dirty on his legs and everything. And on the back of the cape and everything. It's a very dirty planet and dirty area where they're fighting for sure. Just looking at him with this, with the hoses and everything, it does remind me of like an 80s G.I. Joe figure in many ways. It's attaching those hoses in the backpack and all of the different pieces go on the mask. It looks like it totally could be a Cobra figure, doesn't it, in some ways? Finally, we have Mace Windu here. Very good likeness on the face. I've seen pictures online. I hope this shows up well in video. Some pictures online, it didn't look as good to me, but I gotta say, looking at it in person, it looks like Samuel Jackson, which is pretty cool. He, of course, comes with his purple lightsaber, and I think this is the first for our 6-inch Jedi figures, as he actually comes with the robe. The robe isn't that exciting. It's just, it's that thin cloth material. The hood looks okay when you put it on him. Okay at best here, yeah. It's not bad, but, you know, I know we've been asking for robes for a long time on these. I'm just not sure about the execution on this. The figure itself looks great. I'll go ahead and take off the robe so we can look at his detailing. So you can see what the robe looks like, the inner robes. This doesn't look like it's a redo of the robes from Obi-Wan or Anakin, so it looks like we've got a full new sculpt, at least on the outer robes. I guess it could be some of the same stuff underneath, although his boots were different, if I remember correctly. It's also got that double-jointed neck we were hearing about. It's got a joint at the base of the neck as well as the top of the neck into the head, which is pretty nice. Gives her a few more extra expressions, especially with Samuel Jackson, the way he likes to give the looks, you know. Pretty good figure. I'm fairly impressed with him. It's a good wave, all in all. Great human likenesses once again. Good detailing. Probably just those cloth accessories just aren't the best. One last note is there's no place on the belt to hang his lightsaber hilt, so he always has to carry it. Unfortunately, nothing there for that. So in grading these overall as a wave, I mean, it's the Black Series in general for about the past year has been awesome. The face technology that they've had has just been amazing what it will do. The sculpts have been great. You know, the only complaint seems to be the soft goods, which plagues this wave a little bit with Holdo and Mace Windu. But overall, very good figures. Nice overall representation. We have figures from prequel trilogy, as well as like from Solo and even from the sequels. So it's pretty nice to get several different figures, especially prequels, because we haven't been getting a whole lot of that. And here we get 3 prequel figures right here, which all 3 are great. I would recommend this wave. Overall, you know, the cloth brings it down a little bit. A couple little minor complaints like Mace Windu not having a lightsaber clip and things like that. But overall, it's still an A. It's 93% on these, and definitely worth them. If these are characters you like or movies you like, whatever you want to say, these are definitely worth picking up. So you can pick them up all over the place. I found a couple of these in Target, ordered some from Amazon. I know they've been popping up on Pulse and things like that, so you should be able to find them out there for a good price. So that is a look at the latest wave of Black Series. This is pretty awesome figures. This face scanning technology seems to be doing really well on the human figures. Like I said, the cloth goods just not quite there on these, and it hasn't been for a long time, I'll be honest. I used to love cloth goods on vintage stuff, but modern stuff, it's just never been quite the same. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. These are all great figures. I think they're worth picking up every single one. If you want to check out more, you can check out on my channel all sorts of other reviews of lots of different Black Series, as well as like 3 3/4 inch and even like Force Link and stuff like that. All through that, you can check all that stuff out there. If you want to subscribe and make sure that you are up to date on everything I'm doing, including what I've got coming. I've got a couple retrospectives on like Jabba the Hutt and the Rancor coming up. You can subscribe by just clicking right here and check out my other videos if you would like. Thank you for watching and enjoy your collecting.